Hello.
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 That's my
Oh, boop boop beep boop 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 beep boop boop.
Beep
Let me
them,
drop the
boop
bass.
them, beep them, boop them, beep them, boop them.
Bow, 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 bow.
What's up, pussycat?
All right, let's do this thing.
Let's do it.
Yes, yes, let us do
Scenario
this.
incoming.
Let us do
Get
this.
ready. You are facing a charging rhinoceros. What the hell? Where's the red
No.
flag?
Okay.
No anti-blank here, by the way.
Your fate has been sealed.
Okay, dude.
What is he trying to do?
I shouted dance
Oh.
up.
Dance up,
It's
because
true.
bad dancers.
Smart.
I feel like Brad should read this out loud.
That it would halt. Okay, that it would halt in his tracks. To his astonishment, the rhino paused. Its curiosity piqued as I bustled through a series of utterly ridiculous moves. But just as he struck a triumphant pose, the rhino shook its head in disbelief rather than impressed, charged again, and what the fuck?
Wow. Wow.
All right, Cat. Let's see what you do.
What the fuck?
Wait,
That's just fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
All right, Cat. Let's see what you do. Let's read it out loud.
As the rhinoceros thundered towards Cat, they swiftly grabbed a nearby hapless goat, hurling it in the beast's direction like a projectile of desperation. The goat bleated helplessly before being caught in the
man.
rhino's path, giving Cat a precious second to pivot and dash away, heart pounding furiously. Just as Cat thought they had outpaced the charging beast, the ground beneath
okay.
their feet crumbled and then they died.
Oh,
Evil.
that's a
They
rip.
died. They
All right.
died.
They died.
What did you do?
Hold
the
fuck? And I would fight it off.
Yo.
Fight off.
Like
What's
his
wrong
big
with
ass
you, man?
Grandma, no.
As the massive rhinoceros charged towards them, Kenny frantically yanked at the frayed fabric of his grandmother's old cardigan, hoping to summon her spirit to the fray.
Wait.
To everyone's surprise, the aspiration of Grandma appeared.
Apparition. Your grandmother is dead in this.
The knitting needles and wisecracks, launching herself bravely at the beast. Knitting needles winding like a tornado. However, despite her considerable spirit and her feisty retorts, the rhinoceros proved too formidable, and in dramatic clash of
man.
generations, both Kenny and Grandma were unceremoniously sent tumbling to the dust, leaving their okay.
Hardcore.
Kenny did not survive. Alright.
What they do?
Are you serious?
That is such a shitty answer.
Someone get the rhino spray!
Uh-oh.
Imagine he survives.
Oh wait,
And he's
as
gonna
Tangerine
fucking survive
frantically fumbled with the canister of rhino repellent, the charging rhinoceros and its rhinoceros closed in with its furious speed, the ground trembling beneath its massive weight. With a swift, desperate spray, they doused themselves in the pungent mist, but instead of deterring the beast, the unexpected scent seemed to intensify the monstrous rage. In a final, heart-stopping moment, the rhinoceros barreled forward, and despite Tangerine's attempt at survival, it was a miscalculation that led to a tragic end. The powerful creature rammed into them, sealing their fate.
Yeah, that's fucking on you for
Hey, fuck
trying
you!
to do this
Fuck
shit.
you!
My answer for this is going to be a reference that you guys will definitely not get, but I'm still gonna make it. I hire a pro golfer to get a hole-in-one, and then he gets it in the hole.
Oh,
Our fates have been sealed.
Alright.
who makes it?
Bradington, what do you do?
Bro!
Basically, there's a magnet at the hole for my magnetic ball. With a flourish of marketing genius, I secured Heifer's assistant to cheerfully position a magnetic device cunningly hidden within the hole. As I took my shots, the magnetic energy of the movement locked everyone in anticipation. The ball soared through the air, drawn irresistibly to the magnet, landing with an absurdly satisfying click of the hole. I am now the champion of both golf and absurd collaboration. Triumphantly raise their arms to the sky. I fucking got it. Yeah.
Fuck! God damn!
Tiger would to do it and slap the name tag of cat on. Wait,
Okay.
I'm not cat.
That's okay, you can be Cat. With a sly grin, Cat boldly snags the legendary
Meow.
golfer.
Sorry.
Mr. Tiger Woods, hoping that his renowned skills
Does
will
he answer
save him
another
from a bad
accident?
fate. As he stares wide-eyed at the name tag she slapped on his shirt, he shakes his hand, chuckling, refusing to cooperate, leaving her in the middle of the fairway with a daunting putt to make. In a shocking twist, she lines up for the shot, and chaos of her unconventional methods leads to a catastrophic slip, and
Rip.
I die.
Oh, red blood.
Alright.
Rip did
I try to calculate the angles and speed at which I need to hit the ball in, or use my telekinesis abilities like Yamcha.
Fuck off.
Okay, dude.
And he stands. I stood on the green, sweat trickling down the brow as their options between complex calculations and channeling their inner telekinetic prowess like Yamcha. Summoning every ounce of focus, I let my mind reach out, feeling the golf ball's surface and texture of the grass, before unleashing a surge of energy that sent the ball soaring directly towards the hole. With a satisfying plop, the ball dropped in, sealing my fate in a sweet, victorious triumph for the time.
Man.
The only thing
How?
dying was the myth that telekinesis couldn't outweigh golf. I am that guy.
Oh, man.
Alright. I try too. Use what Happy Gilmore taught me and show everyone why they used to call me Hole-in-One William.
You don't even call you Hole in the One, William.
They
You're
used to.
fucking dying.
With thunderheads looming ominously overhead, Tangerine charged towards the tee, channeling the spirit of Happy Gilmore and lending an air of bravado to the tense crowd. With a swing that would make even the most seasoned golfers envious, they sent the ball soaring through the air like a comet, only to watch in horror as it veered off the course, colliding with a tree before bouncing back and knocking them out cold. As the spectators gasped and the paramedics rushed on the scene, it became apparent that Tangerine's dreams of glory had crumbled, leaving only the echo of missed swings and bittersweet memory of triumphant name that would never be reclaimed.
Oh, man, it's lonely at the top.
Yup. Your scenario?
My
Pet a
dude.
kitty cat. Shut up.
Pet a kitty cat, but you just found out that the cat was a lion.
Oh,
But the
no.
cat's a lion and he's gonna kill you.
The goblin.
We already
king?
fucking-
Oh, me
I
and
did
Brad
this
know
prompt
this one
before.
very
Oh,
well.
shit.
Okay, Caden, you have to
Mhm.
do a different response for this. I will. I'm doing a different spot. I think this is in the bag.
I think it is too. I think it's in the bag.
Wham!
Like a-
That's in the bag. Wham! That's the sound of it going in the bag.
Tangerine tries to. I take out my JBL speaker and present him Fetty Wap's career-defining single, Trap Queen.
I don't know about this one.
As the infectious beat of Trap Queen filled the air, the Goblin King's ears perked up, and he began to sway, his grotesque figure softening in rhythm to the music.
No way.
Tangerine seized the moment, rapping along, even tossing in some dance moves, which made the Goblin King erupt into a fit of laughter, delighting the ravenous crowd of goblins surrounding them.
No way.
Miraculously,
Why?
instead
You
of
might have
demanding
lost.
Tangerine's head on a platter, the Goblin King declared him the official court entertainer, granting them surprising reprieve
Oh, no
from death and a
fucking
new
way.
life among goblin
Fantasy
denizens?
Dude, how is that?
If I could say one thing, yeah, baby.
I should have just put in, I play WAP by Cardi B. I pull
What
out my
the
phone
fuck
and
is
have-
this?
You die. There's no way you die if you survive this.
As I clumsily fumble, I'm fucking dead. With the glimmer of an ounce with the beady eyes, but soon an unexpected chuckle escaped his chapped lips at the absurdity of the skibbity toilet antics.
God damn
Enraged
it.
by the thought of being enchained by nothing but ridiculousness, the king suddenly summoned a dark cloud of rain that drenched me in a foul sweat. God damn it. In the end, as laughter echoed throughout the cave, I found myself swallowed by the very same chaos he sought to unleash. Dude, I fucking entertained him, but I died.
Because he thought it was fucking stupid.
The Fook Boom is truly the greatest artist in the world.
As Cat launches into the ludicrous display of hypocrisy, stalling what in the world virtues she can barely practice, the Goblin King bursts into laughter, his ghastly green face twisting with amusement and absurdity. Sensing that she has captured his interest, he requests a grand finale, a heartfelt apology for all her insincerities, which takes Cat completely off guard. In the end, her convoluted performance fails to satisfy the goblin, and I fail.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
I
my
tried
gosh.
to pull out my inner bard and use my 20 charisma levels to perform for him.
Dude.
Net
Okay.
20.
With a flourish worthy of the stage, summoned every ounce of charm, transforming words into a captivating ballad that wove tales of courage and mischief. As the Goblin King stayed in delight, laughter erupted from his court for a fleeting moment. Oh, are you fucking gay? I believe he escaped this deadly dilemma. However, the jester's performance took a darker turn when I unwillingly offended the king's prized pet, a jealous and why does the Goblin King have a dragon?
Because he's
What?
like that. What can I
Oh
say?
my God.
I guess not. Okay.
All right, I like that
I
round.
guess we're at a standstill. Let's get it.
Yeah, man.
Gravity starts increasing steadily.
Like this.
Okay. Fuck, how am I gonna do this in a... I don't know.
Ooh, let's do this.
This
guys.
is such a shitty
Imagine
answer.
we all four had the same type of answer.
I'm sorry for this answer,
No,
guys.
my answer is shit too. My answer is so bad.
I tried to prove to the world that I am half Saiyan, and I start to become trained and become strong.
Okay, dude.
As gravity presses down on me with relentless force, he channels the legendary spirit of a Saiyan,
I
pouring
swear to
every
fucking
ounce of
God.
determination into his training. In a heroic display, he manages to lift an astonishing weight, defying the odds momentarily, but soon after, the crushing weight overwhelms him, leaving him grasping for air. In a tragic twist, Kenny's dream of proving his Saiyan lineage has become his last as he collapsed under unbearable pressure. A hero in spirit, but ultimately defeated by the laws of nature. That's some
You're not
dumb
a
dumb.
true Saiyan,
I am a
warrior.
Saiyan.
Okay, so I have Omni-Man fly me to Mars where it's warm enough for me to stay, and he's gonna give me mouth-to-mouth for breathing.
Hey, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.
As gravity drew ever stronger, I called for Omni-Man, who swooped down in time to rescue me. With the two of them rocketing through the thickening atmosphere, I felt the weight surrounding me momentarily until they reached the edge of space where the relentless pull of gravity grew weaker. Unfortunately, the strain proved too much. I was lost in a haze of oxygen That's why he's giving me mouth to mouth!
What the fuck? What happened to my mouth to mouth?
Starts to consume copious amounts of bone strengthening supplements.
Calcium.
Yeah, calcium.
Yeah.
As gravity's relentless pull increased, Cat's desperate attempt to consume copious amounts of bone strengthening supplements turned into a frantic race against time, each capsule swallowed with the hope of anchoring her frail body to the ground. However, the supplements proved ineffective against the crushing force bearing down on her, and instead of gaining strength, Cat was left immobilized, a helpless figure pinned under the weight of her own folly, and I get crushed.
I can tell y'all already I'm not winning this. I tried to lay down.
I laid
the
down.
Play that.
As the gravitational force intensifies, Tangerine quickly realizes that simply laying down would not save them from the crushing weight now pressing against their body. Each breath becoming a struggle as they attempted to anchor themselves to the ground, the relentless pull grew heavier, pinning them down with an unmerciful grip. In last desperate gasp, Tangerine felt their consciousness fade, leaving only the echo of their bewilderment, as the world above weighed down on them, and their body succumbed to the inexorable force of gravity.
You just pulled a +4 on Kenny and Uno, and now he's going Super Saiyan in anger.
Why is that true?
Oh, I got this. Yo, if I don't survive this game is rigged. slaying on
Are you just putting I am Kenny?
How did you know that?
I am Kenny, so how do I die by myself?
Oh, I am Kenny.
The AI is just gonna say,
Nuh-uh.
Kenny, you kill yourself.
Kenny some combust.
Kenny tries
I
to.
tried to.
Oh,
I jump in with another +4, stopping it from hitting Kenny, and instead hitting Katie with a
No!
Oh.
As Kenny hears a flared, bright gold and energy crackled around him, he unleashes a furious shout, only to be swiftly outmaneuvered by the cunning game of Uno. In a desperate bid to redact the onslaught, Kenny slammed down another +4, but the power of his fury proved too great. That sent Caden spiraling into his kaleidoscope of exploding cards. With a final clash, the fabric of the game ruptured, leaving Kenny standing amidst the glittering ruins of his friends. The game echoed in silence as he miraculously survived, if only just for the battle between friendship and fury had
Fury!
Fury.
Fury.
Okay, I take off the heels about to calm him down, and then I rub his head a little bit to make him calm.
What? Calm?
Swiftly snatches the cards. Fleeting look of surprise comes across his face, and quickly replaced by a bewildered grin. In a moment of unexpected camaraderie, I gently rub his head, and a fury of serenity washes from the room, diffusing the tension to transform the Super Saiyan into a playful showdown. With laughter echoing as their anger disputes, the two friends find themselves in a new game, ultimately leading. Oh!
I'm gonna be the only one that lost this. I'm gonna be the only one that lost this.
Instant whips out his favorite Renza and shoves it in his mouth unceremoniously.
I'm the only one that didn't choose like the pacifist route.
As Kenny's fury intensifies, shaking the very ground beneath them, Cat boldly brandishes their favorite Renza sandwich, tossing it into Kenny's waiting mouth like a scene from a twisted cooking show. To everyone's astonishment, the savory goodness seems to temporarily distract Kenny, allowing Cat to a moment to escape the impending chaos. However, the tragic twist as Kenny powers up the flavor, overloading him props.
That doesn't make no sense.
Unfortunately,
I would never.
eliminating Cat in a fiery dance.
The
flavor.
Runza was too good, bro. Dude,
Yeah, but like, what would
I show him that I am a true Saiyan warrior.
I hope he died.
Yeah, you dead, man.
I'm dead as hell. As Kenny aura flares with the fury of 1,000 suns, Tangerine channels the inner Saiyan, shouting a powerful battle cry that echoes across the room. In a stunning display of bravery, or folly, they attempt to transform their anger into strength, striking a heroic pose that momentarily distracts Kenny from his rage. However, Kenny's Super Saiyan transformation proves too powerful. With a blistering energy blast aimed straight at Tangerine, the game of Uno ends with a spectacular flash, leaving only the echo of their battle cry in the air. Tangerine gets better at their match, and sadly does not survive this intense showdown.
It was a showdown.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Wait, why the fuck did
Look at
Kenny
his
start
face.
win?
Congratulations.
Because I'm just that type of guy. That's just how it would be.
Dude,
I'm just the winning type.
I fucking survived
Wait,
twice.
tie break. Less characters used to survive. Oh, so I typed less. You know, I'm cornered by.
I throw 600 ducks at him.
You aren't even ready for what I have in store.
I am about to go demon mode.
Demon mode? Activated.
I whip out my pet mongoose that my parents gave me when I was a wee lad, as they are the natural predator of snakes. As the venomous snake lunges with deadly precision, I expertly brandish my pet mongoose, named Nibbles, who leaps into action with surprising agility.
Thanks for giving
With
that.
fierce determination, Nibbles darts towards the snake, hissing and striking with precision, distracting it long enough for Tangerine to make a daring escape. Ultimately, they survive the encounter, emerging shaken but exhilarated, with Nibbles proudly puffing up beside them, the unlikely hero of the day.
Yay,
Oh, wow.
Nibbles.
Shit. Okay.
Oh
I
my
played
god,
the
no, we invented the same thing.
Do a little. I do a little dance a little bit.
Do a dancey dance.
To friend him. Okay, as I swayed gracefully to the rhythm of the flute, the venomous snake paused, eyes glazed with a strange fascination, swaying along with me. Unexpected moment of enchantment. However, just as victory seemed to hand, a sudden vibration rattled the ground, startling the snake into a spine-shakingly tingling. And my final note went flat. Oh no.
Maybe if you had a
Snake.
mongoose.
Dude.
No.
Should have had nibbles.
Never.
Not everyone can have nibbles.
I try to harvest the venomous snake's venom like a zookeeper to make antidotes.
No offense, that's a bad idea.
Oh,
It's like the How to Train Your Dragon 3, and we all know how that should be
offense,
fucking
that
movie
fucking-
works.
No offense, that sucks, and you're gonna lose this game.
Hey man, we're not finished yet.
Shucks. Oh no. You're alright. I'm gonna die.
Yeesh.
Don't worry.
Sucks
Only
to
Caden
be that
lives
guy.
I try to
that gay.
start doing my snake charming routine, making him be in a trance, and as I pick him up by his neck and place him in a basket with a lid.
The classic.
Baskets.
I hope this one
My
works.
nimble fingers dance across the air as he begins his snake charming routine, mesmerizing the venomous serpent into a state of trance. With a deft movement, he expertly grasps the snake by its neck and carefully places it in the basket, sealing it with the lid just in time to avoid a furious thrash. Successfully outsmarting nature's deadly predator, Kenny not only survived the encounter, but left with a thrilling tale to tell, proving that sometimes charm is mightier than venom. I like that.
Dude,
I
that is
like
so
that.
buns. That is so buns.
Should have grabbed it by his neck, Brad. How it couldn't be me.
Dude.
I didn't even
that
need
shit won't
nibbles.
happen.
Okay. Whew. Knowing that bees communicate through vibrations, I take out my JBL speaker
Oh my
and play Fetty Wap's iconic smooth track again for the bees.
I want you to be mine again.
As Tangerine blasts Fetty Wap's smooth track again through the JBL speakers, the killer bees momentarily pause, their buzzing transforming into an odd, synchronized dance as they ripple through the air in response to the rhythm. However, their initial curiosity quickly morphs into irritation when the beat drops and the vibrations intensify, inciting a frenzy. In a tragic twist, the harmony of the music can't save Tangerine, as the swarm descends into a chaotic fury, overwhelming them in a stinging cloud of doom.
It was
Damn you, Fetty Wap!
Okay. I activate the bee power from our galaxy as I prove to the bees I'm worthy of becoming one of them.
Be the bee.
I activate the bee power up, a shimmering golden halo envelops me, and for a brief moment I feel the connection to the hive as I buzz in harmony with the swarm. However, instead of accepting the new ally, the furious bees mistaken the shimmering attire for a rival queen.
Caden, we should have talked about our side quest in this.
Damn it!
Are you fucking serious? Dude,
No.
Alright, Kat, what do you
Oh.
try to do?
how the fuck do I even win?
And hypnotize all the bees to sleepy sleep time and grab some flowers in a new hive later. In a daring and whimsical act, Cat whips out the smoke canister, filling the air with a fragrant mist while sweetly coaxing the bees with promises of blooming flowers and luxurious new hives. To her astonishment, the swarm buzzes into a trance, floating sleepily around her as they participate in a delightful floral dance. Just as she begins to celebrate her unlikely victory,
Uh-oh.
a rival beekeeper appears, furious at her interference. That sucks. I wanted to monopolize on the honey. Apparently
Yo,
not.
that's kind of dumb that the rival beekeeper came in. It
Damn
probably
you,
was
rival
me,
beekeeper!
Because I was waving fire
Fire.
around like a pirate dancing, stopping their advances.
Dude, are you the Croods?
As I twirled the makeshift firebrand, the mesmerizing flames flickered and darted, sending an enraged swarm of killer bees into a panic. Their buzzing crescendo turned into the chaos as he frankly avoided the inferno. However, in a moment of reckless enthusiasm, I misjudged the length of my improvised weapon, inadvertently igniting a nearby. It should work for me, right? Oh. Boo.
No.
Oh no, 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 no!
You gotta die! Jason!
Go!
Oh, thank God! No!
Yes! He falls in
Instant
there, he
kill.
dies!